Hi there, birdies! Welcome back to the nest and happy autumn. So, the day that I'm recording this actually is the day of the autumn equinox, and I wanted to do something a little special around that. We also have a new moon coming in, and this is a timeless reading, but this is my intention, it's surrounding this time because we have this autumn equinox and it is all about harvest. It is all about collecting the things for winter, right? And we also have that new moon in Libra, which, new moons are about new beginnings. It's about manifestations. And so I wanted to do something a little bit with that energy. But of course, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're watching this, take it, okay? But what we're going to take a look at today is we are going to take a look at your wins and accomplishments. So the things that you can harvest right now. And where your guides want you to focus next. Okay, so we have accomplished those things. What is the next step here? And then we're also going to take a look at how you can use those wins and accomplishments to connect with those new beginnings. So we have this autumn energy, we have the new moon energy, so we have all good things to make this reading incredible. And yeah, that's it. So we have 4 beautiful piles here with us. We have for pile number 1 some Kunzite. For pile number 2, we have some Angelite. For pile number 3, we have some zebra Jasper. And for pile number 4, we have some Aquamarine, which is actually going to be very helpful because my throat chakra has been acting up a little bit. So by the way, I'm sorry if sometimes I sound a little bit, I don't know, if my voice cracks a little bit or something like that. I may have to drink a little bit more water through the readings, but apparently I'm going through some sort of upgrade because my throat chakra has been going nuts lately. But yeah, so with that being said, you can choose by these beautiful crystals that we have over here. You can choose by the timestamps that are going to be down below. Feel free to pause the video and take a couple of deep breaths to focus on the energies, connect with this reading, connect with your guides, with the energy of autumn and new moon, or with just the energy of your wins and accomplishments if you're watching this a little later on. And feel free to check the timestamps below when you're ready, and I'll see you over there. Hi there, pile number 1. So if you chose the Kunzite, you're in the right place. Let's get here, look into your wins and accomplishments. And before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about what we're going to look at in case you jump the intro like I always do. So what we're going to look here is your wins and accomplishments, what you have accomplished, what you're able to harvest. And then we're going to look into what your guides kind of want you to focus on next and how you can use those wins and accomplishments to this next beginning, to this new stage in your life. And yeah, this is a reading that I'm doing around the autumn equinox. So we're having that autumny vibes. We're having the new moon vibes as well, new moon in Libra, but it is obviously a timeless reading. So yeah, that being said, let's get started here by taking a look at your wins and accomplishments. So we have compassion. We have understanding. And we also have, all right, I'm going to take it in reverse. It came out in reverse. We're going to take the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. All right. So, honestly, I am getting, with this compassion, I am getting a little bit of intuition vibes. I'm picking up on lots of Pisces energy here. You could have Pisces in your chart. It doesn't have to be, but I am getting that your biggest accomplishment here, I do feel like it is related with you trusting your intuition and you connecting with your heart, with the truth of your heart, and not holding back anymore. Because the 4 of Pentacles, if it was in the upright, I would see that as you perhaps putting boundaries that where they were needed. And sometimes the 4 of Pentacles upright also talks about like your comfort zone and staying in your comfort zone. With it being reversed, I am getting a little bit of an energy of stepping out of your comfort zone and achieving the things that you thought that you weren't able to achieve. And this doesn't have to be something like over the top, like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. No, I do feel like it's just essentially about you trusting yourself and you trusting, I even am seeing like all of these stones with faces. It's almost like following the steps that your ancestors would love you to take. And I feel like you're finally taking them. I feel like that is a win. That is an accomplishment that you can already be proud of yourself for, is that you are stepping out of your comfort zone and you are accomplishing a lot of great things that are aligned with your soul. We even have here this bridge, and it's almost like you were coming out possibly even from a place of people pleasing, or from a place of just trying to satisfy everyone and just like putting everyone else's needs has a priority instead of your own needs. And I do feel like you were stepping a little bit out of it and you were having compassion towards yourself so you can give more to the world. You know, I feel like you had this understanding of, you know what, it's not that I'm being selfish. It's not that I'm forgetting about the world. I am becoming a better person so I can help the world a lot better. And I feel like that is something that you should be proud of yourself for, especially because I feel like you may have faced some, I don't know, not necessarily arguments, but maybe not everyone was a fan of what you were doing. And I do feel like it is because they were used to having you at their will. You know, they were used to having you whenever they wanted, that you would do things exactly as they wanted and you would not stand up for yourself or something like that, you know. And I do feel like you're stepping a little bit out of that energy and you're really connecting with yourself. You're really connecting with your heart. And I do feel like I am this number 2, it is catching my attention quite a lot. And number 2s are about partnerships. So there is that thing. It's like, it's almost like you needed to step out of your comfort zone and put yourself first, so then you could manifest a partnership, so then you can have bigger, better connections with other people. And I feel like that was something really important for you, that did empower you, that did push you to the next level. And I do feel like now there is no holding back. I feel like now you may even have like bigger, higher dreams. I was actually going to say expectations, and I don't think it's expectations with the world. I feel like it's expectations with yourself and expectations with life. I do feel like, you know, perhaps this could take you a little bit in a pushing yourself too hard or being too hard on yourself. So far, I'm not really getting that energy. I am getting a very freeing and empowered energy, but just keep that in mind, okay? So you don't push yourself too hard and you're not too hard on yourself. But I am getting this thing of, it's like you're feeling confident and you're feeling, it's almost like doors are opening up for you and you're feeling with, like you have more possibilities and you have more opportunities to create more in your life. And I also feel like there is something here, especially when it comes to money, where perhaps before things were very stagnant and things were very, I don't know, you may have had a little bit of a trouble with spending or money wasn't just coming in that flow in a flowing way. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak. Why aren't words coming out? But with this Four of Pentacles being reversed, I do feel like you have, because you are following your heart and because you are connecting more with your soul and with your mission, I would even say, I do feel like money now is flowing a lot better and it's flowing in a way that you don't have to be saving all the time. You are able to nurture yourself, you're able to pamper yourself from time to time, and that is also very important. And I also get that it's like you may have even needed to I don't know, one example would be, for example, you may have been at this point where you needed to tell your friends, hey, no, I cannot go out this night because I have to save up a little bit, I have to study, I have to focus on my work, I have to focus on my business, and they may have taken that very wrong. But I feel like because you were doing that, now you're actually able to say, hey, let's go on a trip. Instead of going out tonight, let's plan a trip and let's go on a trip, because money is flowing so much to you that now you have more time for to like go on trips. You have more money to go on trips and to splurge a little bit more, but also you have more time because possibly you have been working on making money work for you. You know, maybe you have been investing, maybe you own a business and it's already bringing in a lot of passive income, you know, that may be very specific, but I do feel like you have the time, energy, and money to really connect with other people because of it. You know, I would even say that for some of you, if you have been like moving out of an old job towards a new job, it's almost like you may have needed to let go of the things that people wanted you to do, and maybe it was a very toxic environment, and also maybe it was a very particular path that perhaps family wanted you to take. And now that you're in your own path, it's like you're finally able to connect more with service. You're finally able to help people truly and doing something that you love, you know? And I feel like you were really being, paying attention to your heart and understanding that it has the answers, understanding that your heart, it is important for you to follow it, and it is important for you to move in your own direction without other people getting in the way. And I really feel like you were like expanding yourself so much, and I see a lot of independence here. I see a lot of, but also like there's an independence with humbleness. It's not selfish. It's not I don't know, like in a know-it-all kind of way. It's nothing like that. I really feel like it is very caring and very transformative, and that is really, really beautiful. So let me pull here some tarot just to see if there's any other message around your wins and accomplishments. I also feel like perhaps when it comes to relationships, maybe I am getting a couple of scenarios, so you know, with everybody, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I am getting that for some of you, perhaps you left a toxic relationship to either, you know, focus somewhere else, to focus on your healing, to focus on another person that was healthier for you, to just focus on yourself, to focus on your career, whatever the case may be. I'm also getting that for others of you, you may have like left control over love and control over falling in love and getting people in your life and having love, romantic love in your life, you know, having someone else, and you used that energy to focus on yourself. And because of it, I do feel like you were attracting love, and I also feel like you were much more committed to yourself, and you're no longer in a place where you let yourself be played. It's like you're no longer aligning with the same type of energies, with the same type of relationships. Because of it, you're manifesting something else completely different. And I do feel like there's, again, I keep hearing empowerment, so that's really beautiful. So let's see here. Woo! All right. We have the 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. We also have the 3 of Pentacles. Look at all these Pentacles. You could be an earth sign. It doesn't have to be. Look at that Capricorn energy. Oh, yeah. So we have strong Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, but it doesn't have to be. I do feel like a lot of you, this may really be related with, if not money, you know, Capricorn deals with time as well. And so it could just be like energy and time for the things that you love, you know. But with this 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles, it's interesting that that came up again, but in the upright, it's like you were in this energy where you were holding back and you were saving up because you thought that you didn't have enough, you know. I really feel like you were in this place of perhaps a lack mindset and feeling like you need to work extra hard for you to get even more money. And I feel like you came into this place with the 3 of Pentacles of, you know what, it doesn't have to be this way. And I have other paths, I have other possibilities. I do feel like with this 9 of Swords, perhaps you were really afraid of going towards those paths and going towards those possibilities, but you did anyways. And I really feel like, and this could even be something that you have been working on for like the last, I mean, we have here 3, 4, 5, so 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even. And I really feel like you have been doing such a good, amazing job at this. And I really feel like you're in such a different place because I feel like you're allowed now to work with your intuition, to work with your guides. And I feel like there's no longer this thing of, oh, I have to work really, really hard and I have to save up all this money. No, you're in the flow and you're able to manifest loads of money without actually having to try super hard. You know, I really feel like you're in this next level where your manifestations just reach you. And I do feel like you have been working a lot on your mindsets, a lot on your lack mindset, especially, and on having more freedom, having more time, having more space in your life to create new things and to go in different directions. With this 3 of Pentacles, I am really getting like multiple sources of income. So if that resonates, congrats. You are doing good, and that is something that you should be proud of yourself for. And those are working really, really well. Maybe it's also something a bit recent, you know, and is giving you already confirmation of like you did the right thing in starting those sources of income, and you will see a lot of progress moving forward. And it's also very interesting that instead of having like an ascending thing here, we have things going down, you know, we have a descending path, 5, 4, 3. And it's almost like you had to go back to the basics. You had to go back to senses and and emotions. It's no longer about the world and about, I don't know, like making it into the world and success and, oh my God, what are the people going to think of me? No, I really get this energy of like, what matters to me? What is important to me, and what do I want to do with my life? I really feel like there is this thing of really connecting back with your body, really grounding yourself. Maybe that's why all this earth energy is showing up. It's because you have been working a lot on yourself and connecting a lot with that energy that is so important. And I really feel like you have been evolving hugely. And I really feel like now there's a lot of peace around you. And that is definitely something that you should be very proud of yourself for. And this is a huge accomplishment, because I even feel like if other people try to get in the way and try to tell you, oh, but are you sure this is the path for you? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Just creating a lot of, or trying to create a lot of doubts in your life and in your path. I feel like you're in such a place of intuition and understanding your life purpose, understanding who you are, that these people no longer have an effect on you. These people no longer control you and bring you down. There's a lot of like inner peace and a lot of empowerment. I absolutely love this. This is beautiful energy. So let's take a look here into where your guides want you to focus next. Let me just drink a little bit of water. All right, let's see here. Where your guides want you to focus next, we have cleanup time with mildew fairy 15, and we also have 3 realization. So with these 2 cards coming up on where your guides want you to focus next, I do feel like it is related with, I almost feel like there is something that you may need to let go of. It's that bridge, right? And she here is in the middle, right in the middle. And I do feel like you have already like gone out of your comfort zone so much, but there's still like something here that I feel like it is blocking you a little bit, because it's almost like you're in this place where we have the night, right? It's like it's the end of the day. It's the end of a journey. It's the end of a cycle. And you have a brand new cycle that you can go and explore, a brand new world. And it's so interesting that this, I don't know, maybe it's not a book, maybe it's just trying to represent wood, but I am seeing this has a book, and it's a keyhole, and I do feel like there is a new story for you to reach. There is something new here for you to get into. And I'm even getting that for some of you, it could be about like moving. So maybe you have been like focusing a lot on your more, I don't know, like more physical, not physical, like the more practical things perhaps, like your friendships, your relationships overall, your career, your healings. Like you've been working a lot on those things, and maybe you forgot a little bit about your surroundings and the environment that you're in. And I do feel like perhaps there is like a new world for you to see, a new city, a new country for you to go and explore. Because I do feel like there is a cycle here that needs to come to an end. There is a cycle that needs to be birthed. And this is even like a waxing crescent moon. So there's really this thing of like energies gaining momentum. And I really feel like it's not the new moon. So it's almost like you already did a good job in stepping out of your comfort zone. So you already took the first step, but now there's more steps for you to take. And I feel like you're not sure of what those steps perhaps are, or I do feel like you kind of know intuitively. I feel like you kind of know deep within, but I do feel like you're scared of taking those steps because of what it means to you, because of what it means in your life. And I feel like part of it could be related with some fear, with some insecurity, and I do feel like that is something that you may need to clean up. That may be something that you may need to release for you to be able to grow even more. Because I even feel like this could even be something as simple as meeting new people, has just, going to different places, going to a different restaurant, going to a different cafe, going to just a different place where you're able to connect with different people. Because this girl right here, there is this, I don't know, it's almost like fairy dust, that I feel like it's representing her energy. And I do feel like perhaps, she's all alone here. And it's almost like perhaps here, where she is right now, there are no longer people that resonate with her energy anymore. And in this new world, there are people that resonate with her. And I do feel like you may have like other people to meet, other opportunities to receive, and you may not be able to do it where you are right now, or at least you're not able to. It's like it's not the people that you have in your life that are going to bring that to you, you know? So I do feel like there is something here for you to explore, and I do feel like it is related with your environment. You've been looking into very practical things, which was a great first step, but it's like now those practical things need a place to exist, a physical place to exist. And I do feel like there is a lot here around environment. So I feel like that is a place where your guides kind of want you to focus on. But let's pull here some tarot. All right, so we have this star. Yeah, I'm actually not surprised to see that one there. We also have the Seven of Cups. Oh, in reverse, okay. We'll take you in reverse. We also have the Five of Wands. What else do we have? All right. Look at that, High Priestess. Yeah, like follow your intuition because it is more in tune than what you think it is. And I do feel that it's interesting that we were talking about people and we're talking about environment, and we have here the Five of Wands right like they're smacked in the middle. Because this is talking about conflict. And I do feel like it is not necessarily like arguments and people trying to get in your way. Maybe they are. But I do feel like it is just a sense of it's even like your manifestations may feel a little bit restricted in the environment that you are currently. With this star here, the first thing that I was getting was that thing of the energy. You know, I really feel like you're in this immaculate energy right now. And it's like you're a star. You really are a star. And I feel like it's not the people that you're with are not stars, but it's almost like they are stars yet to be born. They are stars yet to develop. And I feel like you're already a star shining so brightly, and you may need to connect with other people that are already stars and can understand what being a star means, you know? And I feel like maybe these people don't really understand that and don't really it's like they may have the best intentions and you may love them to death. And I'm not saying like stop loving them, fuck them. No, I'm saying like just allow yourself to meet new people, you know, because I even feel like right now we may have even been talking about those accomplishments and you're like, oh, well, yeah, now that I think about that, it's like you may have not even realized that, and you may have been tough on yourself and thinking that you should have been doing more and you could have been doing more, when in reality it was just that you were so focused, or you're surrounded by this energy that is not, it's not that it's not welcoming, but it cannot understand these accomplishments that you have been doing, and so you haven't been paying attention to them either. And I feel like as you step into new beginnings, as you step into new people, you are able to meet soul family. You're able to understand these accomplishments and be proud of yourself for those. I also feel like with this Hermit and the Queen of Swords, especially the Hermit, it is giving a vibe of loneliness. And it's almost like you're surrounded by a lot of people and you're surrounded by the perfect things, but it doesn't make sense. And I do feel like it is because you're not in the right place physically, you know? I do feel like it's not that you're not in the right place in your journey, it's that you're not in the right place physically. And I really feel like there is this need for you to really see beyond and meet new things, okay? And with this Hermit and Queen of Swords, like, as you step into new beginnings, as you step into those new environments, you start to send this sort of bat signal into the sky, and your soul tribe sees that and they're like, oh, okay, here's a soul family member, we need to go get them, we need to go meet them. And you start meeting those people, and I really feel like your relationships start also being more meaningful, and I feel like you start to feel more understood and you don't feel so lonely, you know? I also feel like you feel more empowered and you feel more also heard, you know? And there's even this thing of like, usually you know, the rich people, one of the things that they say a lot is like, be aware of the people you're surrounding yourself with. And usually rich people are surrounded by rich people because of the energy. And I really feel like it's not that it's not that, if you're getting into a place of financial abundance and your family and friends are in a little bit of a low vibration when it comes to money, it's not like, oh, I'm not going to deal with those poor people. No, it's just, you can be there to support them, but at the same time, go and connect with people that also expand that abundance to even more, and that allow you to get into creative energy. And it's really interesting because, I was just dealing with this guy, and his money beliefs weren't the best, and he was actually going through some financial troubles. And it's so interesting how I had been in a very good money flow, and the second I started connecting with him, it's also not because he was in my financial burdens, but it was also because our energies weren't aligned anymore. My financial flow stopped. It got stagnant. And the second I disconnected a little bit from that energy, money started flowing again. And I really feel like it is a little bit of what's happening here. You may have even not been looking and understanding what these accomplishments were, and that they were actually there in your life because the people you were connecting with are not aligned with you anymore, and they were stagnating your energy. And so you may need to break free a little bit, break things apart a little bit so you can move forward, okay? So let's actually look here into how you can use those accomplishments to connect with this new beginning. So we have 27 release, yeah. And it's interesting that we had the waxing crescent moon, and here we have the waning crescent. And we also have 34, faceless goats and the haunted girl, ghost people. And it's so interesting that these two cards are coming up because it's essentially confirming what we were saying. For you to meet those new people, you have to get out of your environment. And I really feel like for you to get into this energy of new beginnings, of a new door, right, a new story, you need to release some people that are no longer aligned with you. And again, when I say release, it's not like stop talking to them, stop doing this, stop, just like get out of their life. No, it's like, first of all, create boundaries. We were talking about how you were getting out of your comfort zone, and if it wasn't the upright, it was about like creating the necessary boundaries. And right now, it's like it's get out of your comfort zone to create those boundaries. It's a little bit of like sideways Four of Pentacles, I would say. And it is about like, if, for example, if the people you're surrounding yourself with, they're not so good on money matters, then maybe don't communicate so much about money with those people, asking for advice from those people. If those people have really troublesome relationships, their energy towards love may not be the best at the moment. So maybe don't really connect with them on love matters, And I really feel like that helps you get into this place of allowing other people to fill that place of advice towards love matters, people that are happily married or whatever, and the same thing with money. And I really feel like it is about you understanding that this is the path I need to go, and you understanding that you have other places to go, like you did here. It was like you were being connected with yourself, connected with your intuition, and you were putting yourself first. And right now, I feel like you're not putting yourself first because of other people, because what needs to change is your environment. And it's about using that energy that you did before, where you're listening to yourself and you're respecting your needs, and you're putting yourself out there to create those needs, to make those needs a reality. And I really feel like that is related with I really keep getting like a sense of moving, because it's almost like here where you are right now, but it could just be energetically. There's nothing for you there anymore. There's no longer energy there that can be useful to you. Okay. If you haven't moved on, we were talking about like moving on from a relationship, from a toxic relationship to a new one, or to just focus on yourself. If you haven't been doing that, then perhaps that is also what your guides are asking you to do. But let's see here. Oh yeah, whoosh, we have the devil, we have the world. All right, Look at that, we have the 6 of Wands. It's beautiful. We also have Justice. Yeah. We have 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. And it's interesting that the 5 of Pentacles did show up in the first portion of your wins and accomplishments. And now it's like you're coming back to the end of a cycle. You started there and now you're finishing it there. And that is essentially what the World card talks about. It's cycles ending and beginning. And I really feel like the way for you to use those accomplishments is putting yourself first and no longer letting people dictate your life and letting people kind of bring your energy down. So really pay attention. Maybe you don't even know who these people are, but pay attention when you're with someone. What happens to your money? What happens to your self-confidence? What happens to your dreams and beliefs? How do you talk to yourself when you're with those people? You know, it's like pay attention to everyone you're connecting with, and then it's if they are just toxic overall and they always bring you down, then maybe this is your sign. Hey, you know, you may have other people there that are going to be much more respectful of you. But if it is just a matter of, you know, me and that guy, we remain friends, but it's like I'm no longer attached to that energy so much that it blocks me, you know, and especially because he was a great guy. So he doesn't watch these readings, but shout out to him, I guess. But I really feel like it is a little bit of that energy. You don't have to cut them off completely, but it's just about creating boundaries and placing your needs and your dream life first, okay? For you to be able to be more present in the relationships that matter, or in the way that they do matter, you know? And I really feel like there is definitely some toxic energy here, possibly even karmic relationships that kind of need to be balanced and kind of need to be set aside for you to be able to move towards something better. Okay, so that thing that we were talking about in your accomplishments, you were putting yourself first, right? It is important for you to do that again when it comes to people. You were doing it about things very close to yourself and things that you could do for yourself, and it was just you, me, myself, and I. Well, you, yourself, and you, I guess. But now it is a bit more complicated because it involves other people, but it's the same strategy, okay? So definitely pay attention to the people that you have around you and how they are impacting your life, and please do something about that, okay? That is going to be very important. So let's see here. Let's put some final advice on how you can move forward in this next step. I do feel like for some of you, there's something here around travel. We even have the World card. So yeah, and definitely pay attention to how those people are making you think about yourself and making you think about your goals, making you think about the world around you, okay? So let's see here. We have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. What else do we have for pile number 1? What is their guidance? A time to give rather than take. Oh, whoopsie. Okay. We also have over here, believe in the impossible. Oh, nice. This is so great. Okay. So we also have luck is on your side. New moon. Wow. New moon in Sagittarius. We'll talk about the wow. But we also have the new moon in Libra, which is the new moon that I'm recording this around. A new romantic cycle begins. So the wow, it's because these are all new moon cards. So that means new beginnings. That means new people, new environments, new habits, new routines. But I don't think that it's so much about the habits and routines. That I feel like it's what you have been working on. Now I feel like it's more about the people you give your energy to, you know, and it's not so much about, it's a little bit of two things. It's about, it's time to give to yourself rather than take from yourself to give to others, but also it's time to give to the right people instead of letting the wrong people take from you, okay? Because every time when you're giving to the wrong people, it's not giving, it's those people taking it away from you. And I really feel like it is about you connecting with the right energy here. And that does bring a lot of fears, perhaps, and it is important for you to look at those. What are you scared of the most when it comes to releasing those people, to creating some boundaries there? And is it really a fear that is benefiting you, or is it actually slowing you down? Is it actually stopping you on your dream life, stopping you on your soul journey? You know, and I feel like it is important for you to take that in consideration, because again, you definitely clearly have here some new beginnings when it comes to relationships. I don't think it's only about romance, but if you have been struggling with that, then that's clearly a sign here that you may have been connecting with the not so good people, you know, and maybe there is someone specific in your energy that you may need to let go of, possibly a toxic relationship with this devil energy that you may need to let go of for you to be able to meet this new cycle, okay, and to get into that new cycle. So don't be afraid to go into that. And with luck is on your side, it's like these new cycles are going to be very lucky, and they may even be very fast, because we have here like this Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag. It's all like they're how do I say this? They're like their seasons next to the others, you know, and it's not that, you know, these seasons specifically are going to be significant, but it's like the next 4 months perhaps are going to be really, really important for you to make these things happen, okay? So with that being said, pile number 1, I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. If it did, don't forget to smash like button for me, and to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Definitely let me know in the comments how it resonated. I would love to hear from you. And you can also check out the link below for a private reading if you want to look a little bit more deeply into this. And you can also check out my other channel, the Sunny Virgo, for zodiac signs and zodiac cusp readings. And yeah, that's it. So I love it very much. I wish you the best. Have an awesome autumn, winter, summer, spring, whatever, whenever you're watching this. But I hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose the Angelite, you're in the right place. Let's get here into your reading. I do want to mention before we get started that I'm starting to record this exactly at 5:33. So we have that synchronicity over there with a 33. So you could definitely be in a very abundant creative energy, and also in a very abundant when it comes to manifestations. For me, that is a manifestation number. And especially with like you choosing the Angelite, it's like this is a connection with your spirit guides. You're working with them to bring your manifestations forward. Maybe that's even something that you have accomplished, is like you're a great manifester and you have been working on those gifts. But yeah, so just a little recap on what we're going to look into in case you jumped the intro. We are going to take a look at your significant wins and accomplishments, where your guides want you to focus next, and how you can use those wins and accomplishments in that next journey, okay? This is a timeless reading, but I am doing this around the autumn equinox and the new moon energy, so it's filled with good positive energy, okay? But let's get started. We have passion. Ooh, we love it. We also have family. Wow. We have oh my god, and look at that, we have a 3, strength, and we have death, which is a 13. So we have 3s, that's what matters. But this is a really interesting energy, because I feel like you have been able to I feel like this is related with your perhaps self-confidence and inner strength. Especially with strength and death coming through. It's like you have been going through some sort of rebirth, and I really feel like you are more connected with yourself, maybe even through that transformation, and through that maybe this has been happening in the last year or so, and or even like in the last month to 3 months perhaps, but I do feel like you have been going through a big transformation, and even maybe connecting a little bit more with this divine feminine energy, with this bee here. And it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, we all have feminine and masculine energies, and the feminine, it's a lot about healing. It's a more sweet and gentle energy, and it's a more introspective energy. And I wouldn't even be surprised if your next step was about using your masculine energy. But I do feel like with this passion and family, it was like you were connecting with your inner family, you were connecting with your inner child, and I feel like you have been able to boost that inner child up a little bit. I am getting a lot of like inner strength, self-confidence, and all of that, and I feel like that is something that you should be proud of yourself for, because I really feel like you have been in a very perhaps that creative energy, but it's like you have been allowing yourself to dream, and you have been allowing yourself to reach new heights and to dream new possibilities. And I feel like perhaps before that was something that very complicated for you to do. This guy here is even a warrior, so it's almost like you had to go through fire. You may have had a very difficult upbringing, and everything seemed big and difficult for you in your journey. And I feel like you have been working on not making things so difficult, or at least it's like believing that even if you have difficulties, even if you didn't have the best upbringing, that doesn't mean that your future is hopeless. That doesn't mean that your future is like you cannot do anything, you know? I feel like you have been working really hard on making yourself bigger, making yourself not to other people, not making yourself bigger to the world, making yourself bigger for yourself. It's like I feel like you have been working on making yourself a role model for your inner child, for your past self. It's like you have been trying, I feel, to make your teenager self, to make your child self proud. And I really feel like, I mean, this is a win and accomplishment, so apparently you have been doing that very well, and you have reached that goal. And because of it, I feel like new passion is brewing. I feel like new dreams and hopes are brewing, and I really feel like you have been doing an amazing job at working with that divine feminine energy and stepping into that throne. I feel like there is also a lot of, like, if you were dealing with toxic people, possibly a toxic family environment, I feel like you were in this place of like standing up for yourself and no longer being afraid to speak your truth and to ask for what you need, ask for what you want. And I feel like because of it, you were really being able to, maybe it even in a weird way, an unexpected way, maybe even brought you closer to those people or to other different people, but it was a positive, I feel like in the end, it was a positive outcome. And it may even have led to you meeting new people that resonated more, with your life. And I just feel like your inner child is so freaking proud of you right now. And I feel like you have really possibly like looked at your deepest, most frightening fears, and I feel like you were just like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you control me anymore. And I am getting that this could be like incarnated by a person, so again, maybe a family member, and you really had to face that fear. You really had to face that person and speak your truth. For some of you, you may have even like moved out or something, and I really feel like you have been stronger. You may have been bigger than you've ever been before. And it's so interesting because I keep getting the energy of you being bigger, which is really interesting. And with this death, we have Scorpio energy here, by the way. So perhaps you're a Scorpio, you have strong Scorpio in the chart, doesn't have to be, but I really feel like Scorpio, it's like I always associate the phoenix with Scorpio, and there's really this thing of like coming from the ashes. So I really feel like this doesn't even have to be like a tough upbringing, but and it doesn't even have to be like a tough family environment. Maybe it was at school with friendships, and maybe it isn't even like a tough upbringing, it's a tough phase that you went through, maybe you lost someone, or maybe you had depression, or you had a mental health, maybe you're struggling with something. And I really feel like you should be proud of yourself for getting out of that situation, because I definitely think that you did. Okay, so lots of power to you. We also have here the strength. Let's just pull here some more tarot to get some more information that I may have missed. We have the Two of Cups. Oh, that's interesting. The Eight of Wands. Oh, wow. Yeah, Four of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and 2 of Pentacles. That is so beautiful. Because I feel like for some of you, there could have been this thing of like, you've given up on love. You've given up on... Oh, wow. Okay, I'm getting a lot of messages. It could have been like you've given up on love, and your tough phase. I mean, it's like you may have gone through a very difficult situation, with a person and things really did not end up well, and you just gave up on love and just started to wonder, am I really going to have true love? Am I really ever going to be happy with someone else by my side? And I feel like you have overcome that phase, and for once, if you're not already connected with someone, then I do feel like love is coming in, and I feel like even your energy towards love, it's much more abundant, you know? I also feel like for some of you, this may have happened as well, but this could also be about having children. Maybe your tough phase was perhaps losing a child, or I don't know, maybe you tried to get pregnant and you couldn't, something like that. And I really feel like, or someone was against like a pregnancy, or, you know, something around family and building a family. And I really feel like you have gained hope again. And or this could also be actually, and we'll look at what your next focus should be on, but it could be that, for example, you have overcome that issue around love and believing in love again, and now you may be going through this phase where it may be about putting love into other situations, and in this case it could be a child, conceiving a child, having a child, adopting a child, you know, but and there could be like a similar situation where you may be facing that situation of losing a child, or a tough period when it comes to children and having children, and you overcoming that through believing in love again and believing in possibilities to have a child again. You know, it's like it's using the same scheme, let's say. It's like you've been through a tough situation, you overcame it, and you believed in love again, and you had it, and you believed in yourself again, you know, whatever the case may be. And now it's about using the same process, but in a different situation, in a bigger way, you know. I also feel like this is definitely talking about that thing of the self-confidence, and that thing of perhaps like the way people were talking to you, not necessarily family, it could have been friendships, tutors, teachers, whatever the case may be. I feel like you may have had a lot of different people that made you question yourself, that made you doubt yourself, that made you perhaps talk to yourself in a very negative way. And I feel like you're now in a place where you're able to see beyond and to have hope for who you can be, and have hope for the things that you can accomplish. Like with this strength, I really feel like you're stronger than ever. You have more passion and determination than you've ever had before, and that is something that you should be very proud of yourself, especially considering that you have been through a very tough phase and you overcame it. You're here now and you're not giving up. And maybe that is your message. It's like especially on how to use this win and accomplishment on your next journey. It's like, don't give up, because you didn't give up in the past and you became more self-confident, you attracted love again, you know. Don't give up. I feel like that is your main message. Don't give up. Okay, so let's see here what that next focus is, where your guides want you to focus next. We have number 12 with boundaries. That sums up to a 3, so we have lots of 3s here. And it's interesting because we were talking about family and getting pregnant and all of that, and it could be like it's like you and your partner and you want to add another person here, so it could be, but we also have 23, and yeah, 2 plus 1, right? Violet, Angel, Breaking Dawn. And I really get that for some of you there is some sort of pregnancy energy, and I do feel, first of all, look at these colors. Wow, they're beautiful. But it could be that if that thing of like creating a family was resonating, I do feel like it is related with that child that is on the way. It is an angel, and it's someone, it's like it's a spirit guide to you, and it's really with you in your energetic field already, you know. I also feel like when it comes to, I feel like there is, again, I do feel like there is this energy of like a repeating cycle, but in a different place. And I do feel like, you know, we were talking about how you were overcoming some troubles, especially with standing up for yourself and speaking your truth, you know, finding that inner strength, finding that inner power. And I do feel like with these boundaries, something like that could be needed for you to do that again, but maybe with different people and in a different situation. And I do feel like you have, with this Breaking Dawn, I do feel like you have a little bit of a different place to be and something else to explore is that thing of the passion, right? That we were talking, the feminine and masculine energies here. And I do feel like that passion and that masculine energy is going to be needed for you to go overcome those challenges, but also for you to go and explore new things. Because I even feel like we have a lot of clouds here, and it's like she's in the sky, right? She's an angel. And it's like your dreams. I feel like you have a dream that you can go reach and approach, and it's like it's very reachable, it's very attainable, and it is requiring you to step out of your bubble a little bit and like keep that bubble on, but at least don't keep it planted in the same place. It's like go and explore those dreams, go and explore those new heights. And I do feel like, for example, I am getting some sort of like actor or at least like art vibes, but I am getting a big thing around actor or like a dancer. It's like you may have to do some sort of audition or perhaps like an exam or something that you may be working towards. And it's like it's somewhere where you have to connect with other people. And I feel like those other people may try to bring you down or possibly like competition or something. And it's like it's about using that inner strength and that power, that passion to not give up and to really connect with those dreams and not allowing anyone to break you from those dreams. And it's interesting that I did mention that thing of like family being against a pregnancy or something around those lines. And I do feel like it is a bit of that energy. It's like, don't allow anyone to break you from these dreams, to break you from these hopes and things that you want to accomplish. Okay, whether it is a pregnancy, whether it is a career situation here. Okay, I think I'm being a bit confusing, but I hope not. I'm sorry if I am. But let's see here what this next step is. And it's interesting that this, like the next focus that your guides want you to put the focus on, it's already with a little bit of how you can win, how you can use these wins into this next focus. And that is actually something that we're going to take a look at next, but it's already coming up here. So it's almost like you already know the focus. Fears could be getting in the way. And that is, oh, it's so beautiful that we do have the Empress here, which is the divine feminine. But it could be that thing of like, you already know the focus. You already know where you want to go next, but you could be doubting that. And maybe this is just serving as a confirmation that, yeah, you're right. That is where you should go. But you're scared and you're letting those fears or people make you doubt and make you question if that is really the thing for you to accomplish. And it is. It really is. So we have the Ace of Wands. All right. Look at that. We have Death again. Interesting. We also have here the Knight of Swords and the Six of Cups. So where our guides want you to focus next, it's, again, I feel like this is something you already know because it may be like a childhood dream. So maybe you've always wanted to be a parent. Maybe you've always wanted to be an actor or a dancer, whatever the case may be. This could also be about like an old hobby or something. And it is about like going towards it. This next focus is essentially saying you already know, you are on the right path, and it's about going towards it. Especially with this Knight of Swords and the Ace of Wands, like, go. The time is now. It's not about waiting. It's not about, you may feel that, oh, it's not the right time, or I still need to do this, I still need to do that. No, it's really the time for you to go towards those new beginnings. And I do feel like it is something very creative. I do feel like it is something that really connects you with your heart, really connects you with your abundance, connects you with your intuition, with your soul, with your life purpose, with your mission. It connects you with everything that is you. And it is something very deep in your heart. And that's why I feel like it's also so scary. It is because it's so deep and important in your soul journey. And I feel like your guides are just wanting you to know that you've got this. You have, it's almost like the worst is over. You know, you have gone through so many difficult things. And I don't know, it's like it could have, the things that you've been through, they could have broken anyone. But with you, I feel like you just rose back up and you didn't let those things stop you, didn't let those things prevent you from moving forward. And I feel like that is what your guys are trying to say. It's like, you've got this. You already did it once. You were able to do it twice. And this time it's not even going to be that painful, because I really feel like perhaps the complicated path, the complicated, I don't know, like the struggle may have already passed even, you know, or you're currently in it, and it's like you're already in the process of overcoming it, in the process of creating something new. So with that thing of for example, being an actor, being an actress, a dancer, something that requires other people's approval, or you to go through some sort of approval phase, I feel like it is about not letting maybe you have already been through like a lot of auditions and you always hear no or something like that. It's like, don't let those auditions, don't let those people that said no to bring you down, to take you out of that path, because a no doesn't mean that you're never going to hear a yes. And I really feel like the yes, it's very, very close. Okay? Because like this is really fast energy. So it's not just, oh, in a few months you're going to see it. No, it's like, it could be in your next audition. It could be in your, I don't know, in your next whatever, in your next interview if you're looking for a job. And I really feel like you're so close to doing that. You know, I'm also getting that part of this could be related. For example, you want to do something that it's not necessarily attached to other people's approval, but it could be something a little bit out there that other people may not expect of you. And it's like you're already putting blockages and preventing yourself from moving forward in that path because of the past, because it's like you're letting the past control you in a way that it doesn't even make sense anymore, because the past is not here anymore. You know, those people perhaps are not even here anymore. That situation is not even here anymore. And I really feel like it is about like you going towards it with courage, with faith, with determination, with power that you do have, because you have been working on those things. You have been working on that self-confidence. It's using that for you to get into these new beginnings, because they are yours. They are already yours. We were talking in the beginning, 3 energy, right? Manifestations. This is something that you have already manifested, and it's already here for you. Okay? So whatever the scenario is here, you're already doing it. You're already in that place. It's just a matter of you either keep going or go ahead and do it. Go ahead and try again if things haven't been working. But just know that you're being protected. Even if this violet angel is not a child, I do feel like it is a very close spirit guide to you, that it's really allowing you to break free. It is really allowing you to move forward, okay? So let's look here into how you can use those initial wins on this new focus, on this new project, let's say. So we have, interesting, we have 32, which before we had the 23. So lots of like repeating numbers, and it's also interesting that it recorded at 5:33 and 32. That sums up to a 5. Wow. So we have the 32 with trust. We also have 43 with Pink Lotus Fairy, a time for spirit. Yeah. Well, it's like allowing that spirit to come through, allowing spirit to provide you with the tools, with the manifestation for you to accomplish this. Not only that, but we have here like a time for spirit, which is about surrendering, right? It's about meditation, connect with your guides. And then we have trust, which is that thing of having faith. It's not that you need to do anything extravagant. It's not that you need to do anything over the top. It's just about trusting your guides, but also trusting yourself. You know, it's about trusting your wins, trusting that self-confidence is there, trusting that inner strength that you've gained, it is still there. And that if you were able to, honestly, I am getting a big thing of whatever you overcame during childhood, during a very difficult phase in your life, that like the darkest, lowest point, think of that moment. That is the worst that I feel like you'll ever go through. Because I really feel like that was to teach you strength. That was to teach you stamina. That was to teach you who you truly are and to wake you up for the reality of your strength, for the reality of your power. And now that you have learned it, it doesn't matter how bad things get, you're never going to go back to that point, because you know better now. You know that you've got this. You know that you have that strength. And I really feel like your guides are just asking you to use that strength that you've learned before to get into this new beginning, and to trust that if you're being called to go in this direction, it's because you're supposed to go towards that direction. And if before you had that thing of family being against you, being against your dream, being against the pregnancy, being against whatever. It's like those 3D people may be against you, but your spirit guides are not. And I really feel like there are also people that are not against you and against your dreams, and they are very supportive. And it's almost like use those people that perhaps you even, you know, you gained awareness of those people during that dark moment, who was by your side and who was not. And it's like use those people. Use that sounds really bad, but it's like connect with those people. Use that moment to figure out who is important and who is helpful and who is not helpful, and connect with those people to help you through this process, to help you through this new beginning, to help you connect with these dreams. Okay, so let's see here, what else we have. We have the Four of Cups, Chariot, lots of water energy. Before we also had Gemini coming through. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. Nice. We have the High Priestess. Yeah, we have all of the water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Anything else? Okay, and 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. We also have Leo, by the way. So that is just a little extra confirmation that this message is for you. Or maybe it's just like people that you may want to confirm that, oh yeah, so that's who we're talking about here. That is who can help me. That is who is not supportive. But I do feel like there is this thing of, I feel like you're holding back a little bit, perhaps with the fear of things not working out. And that, like, out of all the 5 cards, this one is the only one that is telling you that. The rest is telling you success, new opportunities that are going to lead to long-term potential, victory, recognition, your soul path, you being in alignment with your higher self, you being in alignment with your journey. And I really feel like this is something that is really going to be beautiful. And it's with this 10 of Pentacles, there is this thing of family. There is this thing of spirit guides being your family and being supporting you throughout this whole process, but also you having these people around you. Or if you don't, then you're definitely manifesting them. You know, you're definitely bringing those people in. And I really feel like the way, like how to use those wins in this next focus, movement, just freaking doing it. Ace of Pentacles, just planting the seed towards it, using your intuition through the process, and not feeling the need to justify your dreams to anyone, not feeling the need to even like justify them to yourself. It's like, I even feel like with that thing of the auditions or something like that, it's like you may even come to a point where you feel the need to go through auditions just to justify your dream, and you don't have to do that. If you feel like an audition, a role, I don't know, a show, whatever we're talking about here, a job, a company, if you feel like they're not right for you, you don't need to go to that interview or go to that audition just because. Okay, if it doesn't feel right, don't go towards it. All right, your intuition is really speaking volumes to you, and I really feel like it is telling you, hey, you've got this, and you are on the right path, and please listen to yourself because you are speaking the truth. Okay, you are speaking the truth. So let's pull here some final cards for advice. Oh goodness. Okay, so we have New Moon and Gemini. Communication is key. All right. Cards are falling to the ground. Okay, we also have faith in your dreams. Heck yeah. We also have a new start is coming. Oh, beautiful, with the new moon energy. Can we get one more? All right. We also have a fiery climax approaches. And I really feel like, oh, look at that. Yeah, your commitment is being tested. So I really feel like you have a dream. I really feel like you have a vision. I feel like you already know what this next focus is. And it is a new start. It's like your guys are asking you to have faith in it because it is aligned with who you are. So please speak kindly to yourself, okay? But also, communicate in a sense of it's almost like we often talk about like love languages, right? And it's like it's communicating love through a different way. It doesn't have to be just words of affirmation of I love you, but it can also be through physical touch, through gift giving, right? And in this case, I feel like your love language is taking action and believing in yourself. And I feel like that is what your guys are asking you to do. And especially with the fiery climax approaches, we actually, if you're watching this when the video is uploaded, the full moon in Aries could be significant. I'm not sure when it is, but it's on the 9th of October. So if you're watching this around that time, then this is definitely your sign. But considering that I'm recording this when the full moon in Aries is very close, and also this is all this fiery energy, very fast movement energy, I feel like this, like your yes, your recognition, this 10 of Pentacles, your success, your abundance, like the positive outcome of this new focus is coming in very, very, very soon. Okay, so please do not give up. Your commitment is being tested, but you've got this, and you're in the right path. You're in the right direction here. Okay, so with that being said, pile number 2, I believe this is all I have for you. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped. If it did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. So definitely let me know how it resonated. And you can also check out the link below for a private reading in case you're interested in that. You can also check out my other channel, the Sunny Virgo, for zodiac cusps and zodiac sign readings. And yeah, that's it. So I love you very much. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you the freaking best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, 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 pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Zebra Jasper, good choice. It's actually one of my favorites. But this is your reading. You're in the right place. Let's get here into the talking. And in case you jumped the intro, let me just give you a little recap of what you're going to look at. But we're going to take a look at your wins and accomplishments, what you can be proud of yourself for, okay, what you're able to harvest. And then we're going to take a look at where your guys would like you to focus on next and how you can use these wins and accomplishments on that new focus, okay? So this is, I'm recording this around the autumn equinox and the new moon in Libra, which is a very, prosperous moment. But this is a timeless reading. It's just that we have a lot of prosperity and abundance and good vibes with us, essentially. So we have over here finding, beautiful. We have divine protection. Oh, how nice. And we like a lot of yellowish colors here. And we also have temperance. So we have some Sag energy coming through. So that could be your confirmation that this is your pile if you have Sag in your signs, but in your chart, I mean. But what are your wins and accomplishments here? I feel like it's freedom. Freedom to explore the world, freedom to explore your life. And it's interesting because this has been sort of a common theme in different ways, but freedom has been a big thing here. And I feel like in your case, it's just freedom towards life, where I feel like you're not pressuring yourself, you're not putting so much control, or you're not controlling things so much to happen in a very certain way. I feel like you're really allowing yourself to go with the flow and to see where life takes you, to see what happens when you let go of control, to see what happens when you just break free and enjoy life. And I feel like that is something that it's definitely bringing you a lot of abundance and prosperity, perhaps, like with all of this yellowish energy. This could be talking about like a lot of money, the treasure kind of energy. And I do feel like it is allowing you to have bigger, higher goals and higher hopes for your future. And because this temperance energy here with the Sag, it's very like Sag is the ruler of the 9th house of travel, of exploration, of also philosophy and all of that. And I feel like you're trying different things in your life. I feel like you're being very open to what life has to bring you. And I don't think you're in a place of, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening to me, because like Sag is also a very optimistic energy. And I do feel like it's ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck. And I really feel like you have been surrounded by possibly a lot of good luck, but I feel like you have been feeling lucky. I feel like you have been feeling grateful more than anything. And that is a huge accomplishment to have, because gratitude does bring a lot of happiness and a lot more manifestations, a lot more energy of what you're being grateful for, essentially. And I do feel like because your guides are so proud of you for this optimism and for this trust in the universe, you're being super protected and super guided here. And I really feel that I do feel like this has like a lot of prosperity energy to it. I believe this is citrine. I have some yellow calcite, which is going to do the same work. So I'm gonna pull it here as well. But I really feel like you're connected a lot with your solar plexus as well. And with that, I feel like you're really connected with self-confidence. It's like nothing can bring you down. I really feel like you're so confident and you're so connected with yourself. This is really, really beautiful energy. And I also feel like you have been transforming a lot, because perhaps in the past you were always trying to control outcomes and you were always trying to control your life and control how things were going, if things would end up in the outcome that you desire. And I feel like now you're just really allowing yourself to fly away and to see what shows up, to see what happens, you know? And I really feel like you have been very positively surprised. Or if you haven't, maybe that is the new focus, you know, is being proud of yourself and looking at the manifestations that you already have. But I feel like you have already been positively surprised by letting go of control. And I also feel like you have found a lot of beautiful things, maybe even like a life purpose. Maybe you have found your way in this world. And I even feel like you may even have connected with other people, with new people, you know, that you weren't expecting to connect with. And now they are so important. They're people that are so important to you, you know? And I really feel like that means a lot. I also feel like you have found yourself. It's like through exploring things, maybe you had a little period where you were so lost. You were just like, I don't know, trying a lot of different routines, trying a lot of different styles when it comes to clothing and how you speak, your career. Maybe you were like going in and out of careers, maybe even in relationships. But I feel like through those things, through exploring, you have found yourself and you have found your calling, your style, you have found your people, you have found your way. And I feel like that is something that you should definitely be proud of yourself for. And I also feel like there is this faith and I don't know, like there is this trust that whatever shows up to you has a purpose, and that it's not a bad purpose. You know, it's not something that is here to hurt you in the end, you know, because I feel like you have this notion that in the end, it's all working out in your favor. In the end, it's all taking you in the right direction. And I feel like that is definitely something that you have accomplished, a mindset that you have accomplished, and it's really helping you a lot. So let's pull here some tarot to get some more information. Oh, beautiful. We have the king. Wow. Lots of fire energy here. So you could have strong fire in your chart. We have Sag, Aries, Leo. So we have all the fire signs. But we have the king wands. We have the sun. Man, this is incredible. This is truly incredible. Can we get one more, or is that enough? All right. Kind of feel like this one also wants to come out. 2 of Cups. Nice. So the 5 of Pentacles also dropped to the ground. But we have the 5 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the 2 Cups here as well. So your wins and accomplishments. I do feel like it is this thing of like, even when things don't go your way with this 5 of Pentacles, it's like you're able to see the light. You're able to see the truth. I really feel like you may sometimes get confused, and you may sometimes try to control things, but I feel like you are in this place where you quickly remind yourself to get back into this place of belief, to get back into this place of hope, of trust, of optimism, of I don't know, of like, I know I've got this, and I know that if this is not working, it's because there's something else out there for me, you know? And maybe this is actually showing up for you right now, because you could be going through a little bit of a 5 of Pentacles energy, you know? And you may be going through the phase of, I can't believe this is happening. Why is this happening? But I also feel like this perhaps is showing up. This reading is showing up for you because it's almost like a reminder that, hey, you've got this. Trust. because if this is not working out, it's because there is something so much better out there for you. And there is something or someone with the 2 cups that is going to align so much better with you. You know, this could have even started with relationships, you know, or I actually feel like you may have started with your self-confidence, with you trying yourself. Well, yeah, but like finding yourself, trying different things for yourself. So perhaps a lot of, again, careers, but especially like hairstyles and clothing and, maybe I'm getting a lot of like decoration and aesthetics kind of situation. So maybe that's how you started, was really through discovering your aesthetic and what you like and what you don't like. And then you may have come to this place of routines. You may have come to this place of your body even. And I also feel like the next step was career and finances. And then it was also about your mindset and figuring out how you can improve a mindset. And this final stage is love and relationships. And maybe that is the next focus, is actually love and relationships, not necessarily focusing on finding love or focusing on a relationship, but maybe you have already overcame that, but or found that hope in love. But I really feel like this is talking about all areas of your life. You know, I feel like you have found yourself in all areas of your life. Sometimes you do have those downs, but that is just part of life. That is just part of the roller coaster of what life is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you're in the wrong path, you know, that you're not in the right direction. And I really feel like you are on the right path here, okay? And I really feel like what you have accomplished and your wins and successes here is really who you are, essentially. Who you are as a person, who you are as a soul. And more than anything, your relationship with your faith, whether you call it universe, God, Cheetos, I don't know, whatever you call it. It's trusting that inner guidance and trusting that you are supported, that you are protected, and that everything is working out for you. And that in the end, the universe or God, whatever, wants to see you win. And that in the end, you're going to have your dream life. Okay? So I'm really curious to see what your focus is. I'm really, really curious. So let's not wait any longer. And let's see what you should be focusing on next. We have hunger. Okay, I'm going to keep it in the reverse. Oh my goodness, wow. I usually don't use oracles in reverse, but if it came out in this way, if it is in the upright, we'll take a look at it. But we also have abundance, and we have a 29 and a 38, and we also have the power of 3 with 9. 3 witchy sisters. Okay, so I feel like where you should focus next. This is so interesting because I do feel like hunger is supposed to be here in the reverse. Because I feel like this power of 3 is about finding balance. I almost feel like this is you right here in the middle. And then you have abundance on one side. And then instead, with this abundance comes a lot of hard work. You know, we have the hunter moon. And it's interesting that I'm doing this in the autumn equinox, which is about harvest. So it's like you have hunted and now it's about harvest. But I also feel like with this abundance, it is this side of the scale is the like going out there and getting it, you know, going out there and fighting for the things that you want, fighting for your resources, fighting for your dreams, fighting for the things that you want to accomplish, fighting for your goals. And on the other side, you have this hunger in reverse, which is about slowing down and not feeling it's nothing of the outcome, right? I feel like sometimes you may pressure yourself to have it all and to have an answer of when it's gonna happen. And I feel like your focus here next is like focus on connecting with yourself, focus on connecting with your goals, focus on perhaps even planning, you know, focus on how you can create your dream life without getting it burned out, you know, because I feel like you could be burning yourself out perhaps a little bit. And it is about like finding that balance. It is about like you connecting with, connecting also with that trust that it is going to happen in divine timing and that you were taking the right necessary steps here. You know, I also feel like there's a little bit of don't stay in the same place. Because it's like, for example, with the hunter, I don't know anything about hunting, but I would say that it's not about chasing, you know. Again, I don't know anything about hunting, but my idea of it is like, you go to a place and an animal hears you, it runs away. It's probably not going to go back to the same place because it knows that there's danger there, you know. But also, it's not about chasing it like loudly and right there, because it's probably not going to help, you know. So it's about exploration. It's about going towards new places and seeing where you can find those same goals, perhaps in a little different way. So I do feel like essentially what it's talking about here, where this is abundance in relationships, abundance in career, abundance in whatever shape and form, explore your resources, explore the ways that you can go towards this. So this could be talking about, for example, money, multiple sources of income. And it's not about chasing the money, it's about creating the room for the money, creating the environment for the money. And if it is about love, for example, and your love relationships are not really working, it is about exploring other people, exploring other environments as well, exploring, I don't know, for example, you usually go on dating apps, maybe try and go to a cafe, maybe try and go to a park, you know, and connect with people, talk to strangers, you know. It's like, put yourself a little bit out there, but also having the conscious to listen to yourself and to breathe and to stop when you need to stop, you know. It's about taking things in a nice way. I really feel like it's about finding that balance between, but essentially it's about finding the balance in your feminine and masculine energies. It's finding the balance in taking action but also resting, taking action but also planning, taking action but also listening to your soul intuition for that action, you know. And I feel like it is essentially about exploring your options here in whatever way that is. And again, finding that balance in resting. I really feel like I need to like put an emphasis on that. It's like, please rest, okay? Because you may be like working way too much, or you may be, I don't know, if this is about love, for example, you may be putting some pressure on yourself to be the perfect partner and all of that, and becoming a perfect version of yourself, and no one's perfect. So it's like, just like be nice to yourself, okay? But let's see here, let's pull some more tarot to see where your guides want you to focus on. And we have the Fool, nice, with more Aries energy. So yeah, definitely a lot of fire here. What else do we have for pile 3? Where should they focus? We have the Knight of Wands, yeah. All right. So we also have, look at that, yeah, Four of Swords, which is about what? Rest, okay? And it's interesting that we have exactly what we're talking about, the balance, because we have the Knight of Wands, which is really like fast moving, and it's Sag energy, that thing of the exploration and finding new beginnings and going towards stuff. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is about, shh, they're sleeping, don't talk, you know? And I feel like you need a little bit of that balance. So it could be like, for example, I'm hearing like sleep schedules, sleep routines, where it's like you may be really active during the day and doing like 100 million things, but then when it comes at night, it's like create a little bit, like an hour where you don't have any social media, where you're just finding yourself in a good book, where you're just taking some time for yourself, you know, and listening to yourself. And same thing when it comes to even career. It's like you can have moments where you're just like really getting into it and just doing it and just, you know, really powerful and moving towards it, and no one can stop you. But you also have times where you pull back and you plan, you pull back and you wonder, okay, what if I shift things here? Is there something for me to adjust? You know, it's really finding that balance in those things. But with the Fool here, this is all about new beginnings into things into places that are unknown. So there's really this thing of exploration, and it's so beautiful to see the Magician here as well, because this is something you are manifesting, and you may just be looking at it in a very specific way, or in a very specific person, or in a very specific source of income in a very specific career path. It's like explore. Okay, I feel like you have gone through that transformation. You have, you found yourself, you found your perhaps a career path, but it doesn't mean that that is the only career path, that is the only aesthetic that looks good on you. It's like you may need to go through a little bit of a finding again, and it doesn't have to be that deep as the first one was, but there is a little bit of an energy of a reawakening here. There is a little bit of an energy of a rebirth, of a transformation happening. And you may need to take some time to figure out, okay, where is that transformation leading me? Maybe for some of you already have that notion of, oh wait, there's also this source of income that I can explore. There's also this hobby that I really love, and maybe I could do something with that. Maybe it doesn't have to be for the purpose of making money, but it could be that you can explore a little bit further and learn a little bit more about that, around people, for example. Maybe you're used to deal with players and you're used to, or it's just that thing of the dating app. You go to dating apps and it was very helpful for you for a moment, but now maybe it's not serving you anymore, and you may need to explore, to branch out into different places. Okay. But I really feel like there is this thing of like, find yourself again. And I really don't think that it's a big finding, because I feel like you already know the answers deep within. It's just a matter of listening a little bit closer, okay? And especially with, for those that already know what this is about, it's definitely about finding that balance between taking action, but also breathing and resting and planning, okay? And I really feel like this is about just anything that needs balancing. So perhaps do a little bit of an introspection on where you may need that. In work, maybe you also need to rest. Exercise, maybe you're exercising too much. On, maybe you're eating too much fast food. Maybe you're eating too healthy. We need that balance, even with the healthy things. Like, maybe you're cutting everything that is supposed to be wrong. Maybe you're actually restricting yourself in some way. It's like, allow yourself to have a branch of energy, a branch of different types of action. Because sometimes we look into resting as inaction, and in this case, I feel like it's actually the best action that you can do right now. Okay? Because not all action involves movement. And in this case, this action involves reassessment, perhaps, and breathing. Lots of breathing here. Okay, so let's see here how you can use those wins and accomplishments to focus on this new focus. Well, yeah, okay. So we have 18, pleasure, and we also have Sea Storm with 32, calm amid chaos. Interesting. So I really feel like there is this thing of, we were talking about about balance, where you were taking action, but you're also resting. And I do feel like the resting is going to be quite significant for you to connect with that faith, for you to connect with that trust in the universe and trust in yourself when chaos comes in. And I feel like it's not even just like when things get tough, get a little rest. No, it's also in prevention. Because you could be someone, with all of that fire energy, it's like you want to move, you want to go, you want to do this, you want to do that. And I feel like sometimes you forget to prevent the burnout, and how do you prevent the burnout? By resting. And not only resting, but also, it's so interesting that we have pleasure, which is a very active energy, it's a very high vibe energy. And we have a waning gibbous, which is about like the moon is going back into a new moon. And it's like, it is a time where it's like, it's not necessarily about release, but it is a time where things slow down a little bit, for you to then gain back the energy in the new moon, and you are able to go back ahead, And it's so interesting that we have this polarity here, where it's like pleasure, very active and fiery energy, but we also have the waning gibbous, which is about tranquility and let's release, let's see where we can breathe a little bit and let go of certain things, and how we can slow down a little bit. So it's very two opposing energies, and it's almost like while you're slowing down, find something that keeps you in a high positive energy, but it's not something that drains your energy. It's something that creates energy. So this could be, again, hobbies. This could be routines. This could be that sleep schedule, okay? Really pay attention to your sleep schedule. But in that slowing down before you go to bed, what can you do that keeps you in a high vibe, but it also calms you and gets you into this place of, all right, we're slowing down now, you know? I feel like there is something here about scattering your focus a little bit, perhaps. You know, it's not into multiple things, but scattering your focus between, or dividing your focus between action towards your goals, but also action towards fun. You know, you may need a little bit more fun at the moment. And one of those things to create fun could be that focus on faith, that everything is going to work out, so you don't have to work extra hard for things to work out, to actually work out, you know. And I also feel like there is something here about, you know, with that finding of you finding your aesthetic, of you finding the things that you like and you don't like, you already know the things that calm you, you already know the things that are good for you. So it's like, use that knowledge of yourself for you to create a better self, for you to create a better life for yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, let's pull here some tarot. All right, we have over here the Page of Wands. Oh, that is so interesting. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Hermit. For some of you, you could even be like a Leo Virgo or have strong Virgo in your chart. 5 of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords also wants to come through. But this is really interesting that we're starting this portion of how you can use your wins and accomplishments towards your next focus. And we have pages. They're children. So I really feel like one way for you to, it's like that finding, maybe it happened pretty early in your life, or even if it didn't, you were in that finding energy with a childlike mentality of curiosity, of exploration, right? And perhaps because it was related with, I don't know, it's not that you were necessarily like not taking things too seriously, but I feel like you were in a very lighthearted energy. You know, that yellow, all of those yellow colors, that is very bright and joyful, and it's all about happiness and all of that. And I feel like that is the energy that your guides are asking you to pull back into a little bit, to call into your life a little bit again. And especially with the Hermit, it's definitely about like connecting back with your knowing, connecting back with your intuition, and with that discovery, self-discovery. And I also feel like it's like, get out of the obvious path. There is something around that thing of the exploration, you know, explore other things. Because I feel like it is going to take you far, okay? And I really feel like with this 5 of Wands over here, it's like when the chaos comes in or when things get difficult, don't resist it, but also don't stay there. You know, with this Knight of Cups, it's like your way to fight the chaos, it is going to be by following your heart and connecting with your heart again. So again, that thing of the release, that thing of the connecting with slowing down and reassessing and giving your mind some time to understand where to move forward, where to move next. It's like, I feel like this is already like a little preparation for what is to come in this new journey, what is to come in these in this abundance path. Maybe you're already in that abundance, but I really feel like the way is like there is a lot about prevention. So I really feel like there's a big focus here on health, and on health and particularly like sleep. Okay, please take care of your sleeping, because that is definitely going to be sleeping and routines. We were also talking about like food, you know, that you may be restricting yourself. And it's not about like cutting one for the other. It's about balancing things out here. Okay, but I also feel like there is this thing of allow yourself to have fun while you're pursuing your goals, okay? because with that finding and with those wins and accomplishments, it wasn't a very serious energy. Again, you were really with this curiosity of a child. You were just exploring. And I feel like with this career, or with this, abundance, this path that you're wanting to take that is going to lead to abundance of something, it's like you may be really focused on getting it and maybe a little less focused on having fun doing it, and I feel like you may need to connect back with that energy here. All right. So let's pull here some final messages and advice for you. What do we have for my pile threes? We have a new romantic cycle begins. And it's actually interesting that you chose the zebra Jasper, because this is very helpful in with exercise, in like being strong for physical exercise. So it's like finding that balance that, you're not only strong when you're able to lift a lot of weights and, I'm a bro. No, it's also about the that was really awful, I'm sorry. But it's also about the rest, when we're exercising, to see progress, not just about how much you lift and how hard you work on those on those HIIT workouts. It's also about the rest. It's also about the allowing your muscles to heal and to regenerate, so there's also that. But let's see here, what is the advice and messages? We have balance, well, yeah, spirituality and practicality. All right, we also have, I'm gonna take this and this. Well, I actually feel like all of them want to come out. Okay, so we have surrender to the divine, exactly what you did in your accomplishments. You were surrendering the outcome, right? Your dreams need a practical plan. We also have emotions are running high, and expect powerful change. So this is beautiful, because with this, a new romantic cycle begins. It's not only about love. It's not only about, for some of you, that abundance. It is abundance of love and letting go of control when it comes to it. But also, it is about the thing of putting your heart in the journey, putting your focus on the journey, not on the goal, not on the destination, and I also feel like how you do that is just surrender to the divine. Know that you're going to get there. And in the meantime, focus on the plan, focus on the next step here. There is this beautiful energy here of the balance, spirituality, and practicality, which is essentially what we were talking about. Like balance the taking action, practicality, but also the spirituality with connecting with your guides and resting. And making room for your guides to come forward and tell you, hey, this is the next step. This is the next thing for you to do. You're on the right path, a little reassurance and all. But things are really shifting. And it's like, I almost feel like, things could be shifting into not necessarily a chaos place, but a place where not controlling your emotions, but being aware of your emotions is going to be very important. Okay, so please have good sleep schedules. Please have time for yourself. Please have time for rest. Because again, it is about prevention. And it's not, again, I don't necessarily feel like things are going to get chaotic, but you could be getting into a place of either burnout or putting a lot of pressure on yourself and putting a lot of pressure on an outcome. And I feel like that is what you're preventing here. Okay? And that is the emotion of the energy of these emotions are running high. All right? So, pile number 3, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped. If it did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. And you can also check out the link below for a private reading in case you're interested in diving a little deeper into this. And you can also check out the Sunny Virgo, my other channel, for zodiac cusp readings and zodiac signs readings. So, with that being said, I love you very much. Thank you for being here. I wish you the very best, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose the Aquamarine, you're in the right place. Let's get right into it. And before we start taking a look at these cards, I just want to go through a little recap to see what we're going to take a look at in case you jumped the intro. If it did, don't worry, because I always do that too. So we're going to take a look at your wins and accomplishments, what you can be proud of yourself for. And then we're going to take a look at where your guides want you to focus on next and how you can use these wins and accomplishments for that next focus. Okay, so let's take a look. We have life purpose. Ooh, okay. We have clarity. We have heart healing and the Four of Swords. Oh, that's so interesting. This actually looks like the next stage of pile number 3. That is really cool. So maybe you're attracted to pile 3 as well. But I don't think you should. Only if you feel like this is not your current situation, then take a look at pile 3. But I feel like if you're here, if you end up choosing this one, it is because it is you're in this stage already. But your wins and accomplishments. I kind of feel like your wins and accomplishments are about knowing what your heart wants and going towards it without the pressure of it being perfect. You know, I feel like especially with life purpose here, it's like, you know where you're gonna be headed. In the end, you're going to be headed in the direction of abundance, of prosperity, of love, of, you know, whatever this life purpose is at the moment. And I feel like you are able to let go of control, and you're really in this place of, I just know it's gonna happen, so there's no point me stressing out over it. And I feel like you're really, this is a very peaceful, I'm even getting a little bit sleepy. Not in a sense of like that this is draining my energy, but it's just so peaceful and calm and so sure that it's just like, I'm good, bro. You know. And I really feel like your biggest accomplishment is that you know what that path is, and you're not afraid to go get it. With this clarity, it's like you're so sure of where you're going to be headed that it doesn't mean a thing how that is going to happen. And I feel like you're just going with exploration towards what is going to happen next, you know. And getting into more specifics, you know, with this heart healing, maybe this could be either a relationship or a career, but it could have been that you may have gone through a couple heartaches, or careers didn't really work out for you. But I feel like you're in this place in your life where you're just like, you know what? That is fine. That is fine that these things are not happening exactly as I imagined. That is okay that these things are not having the potential that I thought they would have. It's okay that these things are not working out, because in the end, they're actually working out for me. They're clearing up the path for me to be able to have more. I really feel like that is the energy that you're in right now. And that is an accomplishment. That is a mindset that you have reached. And it is something for you to be proud of yourself for and grateful for. I even feel like for some of you, maybe this reading, again, interestingly enough, like in pile 3, is like, maybe this reading is showing up, pile 3 or 2, that actually I don't remember, but it could be showing up in a time and moment where you may be going through either like another heartache, or things not working out for you, and a situation not working out essentially, and it may be serving as a reminder that you're still on the right path. Just because those things are not working, it doesn't mean that you're not on the right path. It doesn't mean that you did something wrong. You actually did absolutely right for it to connect you, for life to connect you with something bigger, with something better. And so this could serve as a little reminder that, hey, it's okay. It's because something better is out there for you. But I really feel like that is something that you have accomplished. And this energy of just going with the flow and allowing life to move you. You know, I'm even getting with this Four of Swords a little bit of, it's like you're sleeping on a boat and you're just allowing life to take you through that path until, through that river, right? Until you reach this tree. And you know that eventually you will reach that tree. Doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, you're gonna get there, and that's okay, you know. And I really feel like you're just so hopeful, and so, but it's not like a, I don't know, like fiery hopeful with full of expectations and hopes and energy and power. It's very relaxing, and it's very like, I don't know, it's like peace and love, bro. You know, I don't know, it really feels very nice and very gentle. I really, really love this energy. That's really good. So let's pull here some tarot to get some more information that I may have missed. Oop, oopsie. So we have the Nine of Swords. Oh wow, that's really fast. And it's interesting that the cards came out fast, but we'll talk about that. We have the Page of Wands, the Sun, the Fool. Yeah, this is so beautiful. Anything else? Okay. All right. So we also have the Nine of Wands. Like, I don't know, this is such a gentle energy. I love this. And it's actually interesting that I was saying that this wasn't a very fiery energy, and now we have like lots of fire coming through with the Sun and the Fool. That's Leo and Aries energies, by the way. But I really feel like one of your biggest accomplishments here is that you're no longer resisting things. I really feel like for a very long time, perhaps with your first heartbreaks or your first struggles in your life purpose, you were paying attention a lot to this Nine of Swords, paying attention a lot to your mind, to your fears, to the things that weren't working out. And I feel like now you're putting your wands down and just like, you know what? No, that's okay. We're doing great anyways. And especially with like all of this fiery energy, it's life, but it's I don't know, like the energy that I'm getting, when you go out in nature and you're just in this park, you're right there in the middle of a field, in the middle of trees and animals, and there's a lot of life there. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of things happening, but at the same time, nothing is happening at all. It's peaceful, and you're just able to see nature at its best, and it's not forced. It's not complicated. It's natural. And I feel like that is the energy that you're in. That is the energy that you were able to accomplish. It's like you're not forcing things. You're not forcing anything. You're just focusing on the things that make you happy, focusing on the things that bring you joy, focusing on the things that bring you that peaceful, tranquil action and happiness in life, you know? And I really feel like you're very optimistic, but it's like you're not putting too much pressure on the outcome. You're really, really enjoying the ride, and I feel like that is such a beautiful thing. And I even feel like, for example, if this is about relationships, then I feel like you're not like trying to force a relationship. You're really allowing things to unfold naturally. And if things don't work out for you, then hey, I'm gonna meet someone new eventually. You know, things are going to work out eventually. And I really feel like you're letting go of the pressure of making things happen in a very specific way, of it being a very specific person. I really feel like you're so open to opportunities, and you're so open to beautiful things that nothing can stop you. Nothing can really stop you at this moment. And that is incredible. Man, I'm proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you. This is so awesome. So let's look here at where your guides want you to focus now. So we have discernment, number 10, and we also have aloha healing. That makes sense with number 19. So we had that heart healing and how you were able to go through those periods so easily, and you always have that hope. And I feel like where your guides want you to focus now is on healing any potential heartbreak or any potential sort of failure perhaps that may have happened here. And I also feel like there is a little bit of an energy of not everything is for you, and I feel like perhaps, you know, that's why I was saying that this reading may show up in a moment where you need to hear it and you need to be reminded of that, because I feel like perhaps you're still, I feel like, you know, this heartache may have made you confused, and you may not be looking into the things that are not working. You may not be looking into the things, into the possibilities of something better being out there for you, you know? And I feel like right now, with this discernment, it's like you may need to discern who is actually good for you and who is actually not. And maybe you're perhaps still a little bit attached to a certain person or a certain situation that in the end it may just not be that great for you, you know? So I feel like your next focus, it's about not a new focus, it's about refocusing on the things that you have already accomplished. And it's essentially about healing, okay? And it's so interesting that we have Aloha healing, because this is giving me a sense of, let's say hello to new beginnings that can lead to something very long-term, whether that is family, whether that is success and prosperity. And I really feel like there is so much magic happening around you. Like we have here a glowing plant, we have a rainbow in a cave, you know, we have some waterfalls. It feels very magical, it feels very mystical. And it's that thing of like, a lot is happening, but nothing is happening at the same time. And I feel like you may need to connect back with that energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if the like how you can connect these two things would be on rituals, routines, simple things of day to day, to connect you back with your high vibe positive energy, to connect you back with yourself, and connect you back with your hope and optimism. Just know that there are better things out there, and it's like, don't lose yourself in the process. Don't lose your focus in the process of all of this. You are really doing great, okay? I really feel like you are doing great. So let's pull here some tarot to get some more information. And I also feel like this is really like, it's not a new focus, it's a refocusing. That is really interesting because it's the only part that happened. And in this case, it's like you may not see a thing. It's so, actually I don't know if this is moon, but it kind of looks like the moon. And it's almost like the moon, it does talk about emotions. And I mean, the moon cycles, they affect us, they affect our emotions, how life goes, how life doesn't go. And it's also giving me the energy of like menstrual cycles and everything. And it's almost like those emotions and, the heartache, the pain, the confusion, but what is happening here may be clouding you into embracing your truest self, into embracing that light that just knows, into embracing your intuition as well, because your intuition may be wanting to talk to you, but it's so clouded. The moon is also about intuition and listening to your to those intuitive hints, and it may be so clouded by your thoughts and anxieties and worries and the more unhelpful feelings, I would say, that it's not having a room for you to hear those callings and for you to refocus on those things again. Okay, but let's see here, what is this new focus? Where should we focus on here for pile number 4? We have King of Cups, the Two of Wands. Yeah, this could definitely be about love. And it's so interesting that I keep saying that this is such a relaxing and beautiful energy and calming energy, and we have calming tonic. So that's really good. But we also have Justice. 10 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, we need another one. Actually, I don't think we do. That is interesting. I don't think we do. Because, whenever I have here a shifting card, which is the case of the Wheel of Fortune, things are shifting, I always pull a little extra card to see, okay, but where are we going? And in this case, I don't feel the need to. Because I think you already know where you're going. It's not, again, this new focus is not new at all. It's the same focus of always. It's the life purpose. It's the calling. And this life purpose, it doesn't have to be career. It doesn't have to be... and also, it's like our life, or better, our callings, our purposes are constantly shifting and changing. We have a particular life purpose. And for example, for you, it may be... Your life purpose may be this, maybe staying in a place of relaxation, in a place of calm, in a place of trust, in a place of optimism and joy. And the rest, it's just attached to that energy. The career, the romance, it's all attached to that energy. And I feel like that is always going to be the ultimate goal. And in this case, I do feel like for some of you, this could definitely be about love and relationships. The focus is always going to be the same. So it doesn't matter what shows up here next, because you already know where we're going to go. And things are shifting. And for things to shift, it's like you have to shift as well. And it's interesting that we have discernment here in the Ten of Swords, because wow, oh, that is interesting. Okay, but it's interesting that we have here discernment and the Ten of Swords, because I really feel like it's about discerning who is helpful to you and who is not, who is here to balance you out and who is not. And the oh wow, that was like the reaction that I had is because I usually I read like left to right, just the way it goes. But in this case, I'm actually starting here. I'm starting at the end to go here to the King of Cups. And it's almost like you're in the place of shift and your ultimate goal is the King of Cups. So, and you may even need to like go back. It's like go back a few stages, go back, maybe even like look back into how did you get here? And what were you doing when this whole thing started? You know, if this is about a breakup, if this is about a heartache, okay, what were you doing before the breakup? You were with this person, okay, what were your routines? What was happening there? Evaluate that a little bit. What were we doing when you met this person? What were your routines? Evaluate that. And what were you doing before you met this person? And that before you met that person, that is the key. That is where you need to go back to. That is the basics. And I really feel like that is the whole solution for this conundrum here, okay? And for you to get to this King of Cups. And I really feel like part of it has to do with letting go of things that are not serving you anymore, be it people, be it career-wise, be it routines, be it in health, be it in whatever, be it in mindsets as well. But there is definitely some balance here that needs to happen. And I do feel like it is you being connected with yourself and putting yourself first, essentially, for you to get into this shift, okay? But the shift is already happening. Things are already moving towards for your highest good, for where you want to go and where you need to go. And with this Two of Wands, and it's so interesting that we have here Libra, because I'm recording this right at the beginning of Libra season. So if you happen to watch this when this video is uploaded, it could be very significant that things are actually moving really fast for you and Libra season could be important. But if you're watching this a little later on, it doesn't matter. It just means that, you know, maybe even within a month or so, you could be connecting with this King of Cups. And that is really, really beautiful. And I also feel like when you start to, you know, discern things and move along your path and cutting away things, releasing things, you may come to a point where you need to make a decision. Do I meet that person again, or do I meet someone new? You know, you're going back, you're seeing, okay, so while I was in a relationship, you know, before the heartbreak, this were my habits and all that, so this wasn't really healthy, this wasn't really helping me out, I'm gonna cut that. Okay, so what was I doing before that? Okay, there was also this thing that wasn't really healthy, it wasn't really helping me, I'm cutting away that. And then you get to the meeting, then you get to the possibility of meeting that person again, meeting that same type of energy again, or meeting something different. And I feel like that King of Cups is the... I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say if it is the something different or if it is the meeting it again. Because I feel like for some of you, well, it's always going to be different. But for some of you, it could happen that it is same person, different vibe, different time. And I just feel like in the end, you're going to know. Because in the end, when that decision comes, there's no longer these blocks. There are no longer these confusions and doubts and you not listening to your intuition. When this moment comes, you're going to be able to listen to your intuition and you're going to be able to understand, so this is the path I need to go now. Okay, so this is really interesting because this is so different from all the piles. But I really feel like where your guides want you to focus, it's on a refocus. It's on connecting back with yourself. So how can you do that? How can you use those wins and accomplishments, the things that you had already learned, to connect with this refocus? How can you shift things? We have, wow, new moon with beginnings. Oh, we love it. We have growth. Oh, how amazing. And we also have Marie Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, drama. And I really feel like, we had this new beginnings, and it's like anything that brings drama, anything that brings confusion into your life, let it go. That is how, because we were talking about how there is a lot of movement, but it's not forced, and if there's a relationship that feels forced, if there is a career that feels forced, if there is anything that feels forced, unnatural, maybe that is not the path for you. And the way for you to go, it's into new beginnings. The way for you to go is to go into life without action. That thing of the nature, right? It's so natural. Whatever feels natural to you, that is where you need to go, okay? Because it's really this thing that we were talking about, how you're able to be in this peaceful place where things just grow around you because you're so connected with nature. Maybe one of the things is to connect with nature, is to go back and spend more time in nature, like sleep outside if you need to, but it's just connect back with yourself, connect back with that beautiful, peaceful, relaxed self. I really feel like that is the path for you moving forward, and that is how you can connect those two things. That is how you can shift back. I feel like nature is going to have a big impact here on you. And also it's interesting that she has here a little clock that always gives me the vibe of divine timing, and how you're also supported with divine timing. And in this case, divine timing, we, especially if you have been watching tarot readings for some time, it's like whenever we hear divine timing, it's like, oh, here we go, yeah, blah blah. But in this case, I feel like divine timing is not divine in the sense of universe's timing. It's your timing. It's your own divine timing. It has a little different twist because things are going to happen in a way that can only make sense to you. And perhaps there's even this thing of you're going to have some sort of control over that divine timing, where it could be, for example, talking about relationships. The moment where you put yourself out there and you start connecting with new people and you start opening your heart again, you have some control over that. You have some control over how your healing is going and how you can move things along for yourself. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be able to have some sort of control here when it comes to timing. And in the end, again, how you can move back into that reshift. Let me just see here. Okay. The way for you to move back into that focus is by, again, going back to basics, right? Beginnings, but having this sense of growth, because now you know what works for you and what doesn't. Okay? And anything that is not working and is stopping your growth, let it go. Okay? Even if it hurts you hugely, but it's part of the process. And yeah, look at this. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the Lovers. This is, I feel like for most of you, this is about love. Let's see. And we did have the Ace of Wands, bottom of the deck. Here we have Chariot, so movement, okay? But in this case, I feel like it's movement towards yourself. It's about balancing. With this Lovers, we usually have the masculine and divine feminine here together, right? In this case, I feel like it's about connecting with those two sides within yourself. That is where you need to focus. That is how you balance things out again. And I really feel like right now there could be like too many peas in the pod, and you may need to clean things up a little bit, okay? If you need to let go of some people, let them go, okay? Because I really feel like we have a tower here of skulls. It's like we have a tower of things that are already dead, that already gave what they had to give. Okay, at least at this moment. Again, maybe that King of Cups is going to be same person, different vibe, different time. But right now, it's same person, same vibe, same time. And something needs to change here. You need to clean up these skulls so you can meet this Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This is, like we have over here, wish, bliss, love, joy. We have it all. we have all of these beautiful... Okay, I was just looking into like, there's a few things here. Toronto is coming through, so maybe that could be significant for you. But that is very specifically, obviously. But I really feel like the person that you're meeting is a wish fulfilled. It is someone that is really aligned with who you are. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person was like the one. I wouldn't be surprised if this person was the person that you're looking for and you have been looking for since ever, you know? And I really feel like it is about trusting yourself that this person is here, trusting yourself that you're in the position, that you're in the energetic energy, that you're attracting this person. And this Nine of Cups is also about self-wish fulfilled. You know, it's becoming the person that you really want to be. It's about being self-sufficient. It's like connecting back with yourself and feeling so happy with who you are and so happy with your life that having someone else is just a bonus. Okay? So I really feel like the key here, how to start. Release anything that is not helpful. People, especially, but also in your routines, in your habits, let it go. Get back to basics and really look back, like do a little bit of rewinding. And before this heartache, who were you? What were you doing? Okay? Because I really feel like we're in that initial energy that we were talking about of this life purpose and heart healing and all that, and the life without action. And you may need to get back into that a little bit. Okay? So let's pull here a few messages and advice, essentially guidance for you and for this. Woo, that was really loud. I'm so sorry, especially if you're with headphones. But we have work through your fears. Let's see, what do we have? Yeah, and it's so beautiful that, you know, I'm doing this around the new moon in Libra. It was with that intention, you know, autumn equinox, what you can harvest right now, and new moon in Libra, what are the new focuses and everything. And the new moon in Libra card has been showing up so many times. I think that only in one pile it didn't show up. But it's like, it really says that we're aligned with this energy right now. But even if you're watching this a little later on, we're aligned with the energy of new. We're aligned with the energy of new beginnings and new love and new, I don't know, just like new energy, you know? But we have a new romantic cycle begins. You are good enough. Yes, you are. We also have a time for healing, and don't let pride get in your way. So I really feel like this don't let pride get in your way is like, don't let, I feel like, you know, it is a bit about the Virgo energy of being a bit hard on yourself, and that thing that we were talking about, your divine timing and how you control that divine timing is like, don't let yourself stop you. You know, don't let yourself stop yourself from putting yourself out there. And I also feel like there's this thing of, you don't have to be fully healed for you to meet someone else and for you to put yourself out there. Okay? I do feel like your focus should definitely be on focusing back on yourself and focusing back on that energy. But while you do that, feel free to put yourself out there and to be open to receive love, because there is definitely some pretty fast energy coming in, and I really feel like it is going to be very abundant, very loving, very caring. You are good enough to receive it. You're already in a good place to receive it. You know, it's not that you're doing miserably and you totally lost who you were. No, there's not that energy at all. It's just that you did a little detour, let's call it, and now you're refocusing on that, on the original path, but you're already on it. You're already on it, okay? And with this, a time for healing, there's that thing of like, look back into your habits and routines and all of that and work through your fears. I really feel like it could be like, work through the fears of opening your heart up again, of opening who you are, of opening to life, you know, and allowing things to blossom and to grow around you. Definitely spend some time in nature. I feel like that is super important for you here. And with this, you are good enough. It's like, know that you are able to have something great. know that you also don't have to settle for the 9 of cups. There is a 10 of cups where you share your life with someone else. You share that self-sufficiency and you share that happiness and bliss and joy with someone else. So it's like, don't be afraid to share it. Don't be afraid to open up to someone else. Okay, I feel like that is something really important. But again, no forcing here, no unnatural stuff here, just love and nature. Nature essentially. Okay, so pile number 4, this was lovely. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped. If it did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. You can also check out the link below for a private reading if you want to dive a little deeper into this. And you can also check out the Sunny Virgo, my other channel, for zodiac sign readings and zodiac cusps. And that's it. So I love you very much. I wish you the best. You've got this, okay? And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.